good people. I hope y'all are having a fantastic Monday. My Monday has been amazing. Got an opportunity to take a look at the portfolio, and it's doing amazing, man. Fantastic. Got out to go pick up another car today. So I changed out the old fleet, brought in 3 new cars. And I'll show you guys what that is at a later date. The 3rd car I just picked up today, but it's my daily driver. So I'm excited. I'm excited about swapping out the fleet and bringing in 3 new cars. 2 of the cars you guys have already seen, or at least go to my YouTube channel and you'll check those two of them that I have. But the 3rd one I just bought today, I have not shared that with the YouTube channel or Instagram. Probably will share it with Instagram tomorrow, but I probably won't even do a video or anything about it on the YouTube channel. So yeah, I had a busy day, man. Had the morning live stream. We talked about Nvidia and Broadcom and why I believe both of those big boy blue chip companies can help me quadruple my net worth. I shared that with the folks that was able to attend the live stream this morning. Now, again, if you didn't see the live stream from this morning, you can always go back and look at the replay. Just go to the YouTube channel and click on live, and then it'll bring up all my history of live streams, and just click on that one from this morning, and you'll have an opportunity to find out why I believe Nvidia and Broadcom are 2 stocks that are gonna, get me more wealth. Maybe you will agree that they, warrant your attention. Maybe you want to invest in them as well. I don't know. Again, my job here is to provide you with what I'm doing and the rationale behind why I do and move the way I move when it comes to building wealth. And then if you like it, copy the plan. If you don't like it, create your own plan, right? It's that simple. I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here trying to tell people what to do. I'm just trying to tell people what I'm doing. And those that want to copy my plan, more than welcome to. I believe the plan is solid, and I've given historical data to support the plan. And obviously, year to date, the plan is killing it, right? Blended rate of return of around 40–45% on the portfolio. Shoot, man, you extrapolate that out over 10 years. That's a lot of wealth, man. That's a bunch of wealth. So I'm pleased. I'm pleased with what's going on in the portfolio. And hopefully you're pleased in what's going on in your portfolio. I talked about having this 0 rate of return on whatever money you got laying around on the side. You're getting this 0 rate of return on it. Why not get you a better rate of return? Why not put this money to work for you and multiply it and get yourself some independence and stop being so dependent on the 1%? Of course, that's where they want you to be, in the matrix and dependent on them. But how about removing yourself out of the matrix and moving yourself over here so you're not dependent on them? That's what I would be looking to try to do, right? And that's one of the things I try and help people do, is to stop being dependent and become independent, right? How do you do that? Well, you're dependent. If somebody's giving you a paycheck and you got to trade time for money to get that paycheck, that's being dependent. Because if they stop giving you the paycheck, how you going to take care of yourself? You're dependent on them. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are. Whoever pays you controls your financial destiny. So if someone paying you a paycheck, they control your financial destiny, because if they take away that paycheck, what's going to happen to you? How do you take care of yourself? Right? Now, here's how you be independent: by building assets. So if they do take away the paycheck, no big deal. My assets generate income to take care of me. See, that's how you become independent. You don't have to worry about trading time for money, right? You built wealth, and the wealth pays you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's growing and generating income while you sleep. I want to make money while I sleep, right? I want to make money while I sleep. I want to make money if I'm on a walk. I want to make money if I'm on the beach. I want to make money if I'm on a plane going to a nice trip. I want to make money if I'm on a road trip. I want to make money if I'm just sitting at the table breaking bread with family or friends. I want to be making money. And that's what independence is all about. This dependent stuff, guys, that they got you trapped in the matrix. The 1% got you trapped in the matrix thinking you're doing well because they're paying you a paycheck. It's a trap. It's a trap to keep you on the hamster wheel. It's a trap to keep you in the rat race for the rest of your life. You do know you got 65, 70, 75-year-olds going back to work. Yeah, going back to the matrix. Going back to the matrix. At 75 years old, you're going back to the matrix. Guys, you don't have to go back to the matrix if you plan properly and you stop leaving your money here on the sideline, or you stop spending your money to make the 1% wealthy and redirect those dollars to independence. It's up to you, right? It's up to you. But we're gonna cover the Fed and why the Fed just said that Americans are in serious trouble. Came out with a new survey, new study. Federal Reserve of New York just came out with a new study saying that Americans are starting to be rejected for credit. That's right. Banks are starting to tell them, no, we can't lend you no money. Your credit bad. Your income ain't good enough. They're starting to tell them they can't borrow no money. What do you think is going to happen when Americans can no longer borrow money? You do understand borrowing money is like apple pie in America. We borrow money like this is how we live. This is how the 1% have gotten us in this matrix that we cannot live our lives without borrowing money. And the Federal Reserve Bank of New York just said no. Creditors are saying no, rejecting applications. It's way up. So what's going to happen to those people over here who can't borrow no money? They got no net worth. They trade time for money. Can't borrow no money, but the trading time for money, that paycheck ain't big enough to take care of everything. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? We're going to talk about that. But before we do, let's dive into a couple of things I need to make sure I get across to you guys. Number one is get down in the description box and click on that Instagram link and give me a follow on Instagram. If you want to, if you want to follow me, give me a follow. I'm doing a lot of nice stuff over there on the Instagram page. Halfway down in the description box, you'll see Richard Fain, Millionaire Mentor Instagram page. If you want to follow me on Instagram when I'm not on YouTube, feel free to. That third car I bought today, it'll be on Instagram tomorrow. So if you want to check out that, give me a follow today, and tomorrow you can check out the new whip, the new daily driver. It probably won't come to the YouTube channel. So if you want to follow me on Instagram and kind of keep up with me when I'm not on YouTube and some of my private life, things that I do. Obviously, we talk about wealth, of course. That's the whole point of me being on social media, is to bring awareness to wealth. But I do some other things on Instagram, that has to do with my lifestyle. So if you want to follow me there, please do. Get down to the description box and click on that Instagram link. Richard Fain, Millionaire Mentor. Second thing, website, www.richardfain.net. Website's been running about 3 months. Over 200,000 of you guys have checked it out. Thank you so much. A lot of you guys have purchased digital products. A ton of you guys today from the morning live stream purchased digital products. I'm so proud of you guys who have made a decision to invest in themselves, and they want to get out of this matrix. They want to get out of this rat race. They want to get off this hamster wheel. They don't want to be dependent on somebody giving them a check for the rest of their life. They don't want to have to go to the bank and the bank say, no, Richard Fain, we can't lend you no money because your credit bad, or your income, your debt to income ratio too high, or, hey, nothing against you, Richard, but we've decided not to lend money in that area anymore. Banks can just do that, man. They don't have to give you no reason. You may have good income, good credit, and they still may not give you the money. That's at their discretion. There's no law that says they got to give you a loan, right? Wouldn't it be nice, the things that you buy, you can just go pay cash for and be done with it? Now, some of y'all are at that point, and kudos to you, congratulations. But let's face it, millions and millions and millions of us are not at that level. We got to borrow money to buy everything we get. If I got to go get a car, I got to borrow money. Wouldn't it be nice to not have to do that? When I bought these 3 cars over the last month, I bought 3 new cars over the last month, traded in 3, bought 3 new ones, everything cash, no loans. Matter of fact, the car I picked up today, they tried to convince me to get a loan for 3 or 4 months. I was like, man, what is wrong with y'all? Why would I do that? I'm just gonna write you a check. But the only way I got to put myself in that position to do that is what? Through these assets. Over 30 years, I took my money, delayed gratification, didn't make the 1% wealthier. I made me wealthier by buying assets, paper assets. Just like I talked about this morning, big boy blue chip paper assets. Also, I bought real estate for income for 25 years, single family homes, 1 every 2 years, like clockwork. And guess what I did with them? I put tenants in them and I forgot about them. Forgot about them. And then 20 years later, I look at them, 7 figures worth of net worth in them. That's how you build wealth, guys, but you got to take care of your income to be able to do that. And my website has digital products that can help you learn how to do that. It's up to you, though. I can't force you to go do anything, nor am I going to try to. Because one thing I've learned about this social media thing, and I tell you guys this all the time, there's 4.5 billion people who have access to the internet. With a B. 4.5 billion with a B. So I don't worry about finding people to watch my content because the content I make solves a problem for people, which is financial literacy. So when people say, no, I ain't gonna do that, that don't bother me because I know there's 4.5 billion people who I have access to. At some point, I'm gonna get my fair share of those people to watch my videos. I don't know when, but at some point, if I stay consistent and I stay on here enough, YouTube algorithm gonna throw me out there somewhere to somebody ain't never heard of me at some point. So I learned that about YouTube. I learned that. I learned consistency is the key to this whole thing. Solve problems and just be consistent. At some point, people find you. And over 700,000 of them have found me in the last 4.5 years. So I don't worry about an audience. I'm going to have an audience. It's just consistency. And that's what we got to have in our life. We got to have a level of consistency, a level of discipline, a level of patience. If you can master those 3 things, guys, the sky's the limit. My website can help you do that. Those 10 digital products can help you do that. So check it out. Now, just go check the website out. If you don't want to invest in yourself, then don't. But at least you checked out the website, right? So do me that favor. Just check out the website. If it ain't for you, no problem. Thank you for just checking it out. I'm okay with that because I know I'm not for everybody. There's only a small few people who gonna gravitate and rap and rock with me. But those few, that's all I need. I don't need the whole world. Now, even though I got access to 4.5 billion people, I don't need all of them. I just need a handful of them that want to get rich and want to get wealthy and want to rock with me to help them do that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Listen, if you want to join the private mentorship club, over 700 plus people strong on my private mentorship club through my website, which will then take you to the Patreon website where my private mentorship club is housed. It's housed on the Patreon website. Go through my website though. Click on that membership, that join button, and get yourself immersed. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time, tonight, we got a live stream for 2 hours. I'm gonna be on there for 2 hours, Q&A, rapid fire, Q&A, answering questions, talking about the stock market, talking about whatever they want to talk about. Now, anything they ask me that I don't have experience with, I tell them that. But I also point them in the right direction where to go get that experience. But most of the stuff we talk about is real estate, stock market, side hustles, just behavior, right? Mental. We talk about the mental. We talk about the filter system. How do you get the filter system to behave in a manner where you can build wealth? Stop behaving in a manner where you're dependent on the 1%. We talk about that kind of stuff. But we do it for 2 hours every Monday. So if you want to be a part of that and the community chat and the posts, direct message to me, I got people that direct message me every day. That's in my private mentorship club. Every day they send me a DM. through Patreon, through the club. And every day we talk. But that's what I'm there for. Now, if you don't take advantage of that, that's shame on you, not on me. That ain't shame on me if you don't take advantage of your resources. That's shame on you. That's the way I look at it. Shame on you if you don't take care of your resources. Shame on Richard Fain if I don't take advantage of my resources. That's shame on me. So, hey, I'm here to help you guys collapse time frames and get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Whether you want to do that or not, that's on you. I'm doing my part, which is being on here every day, twice a day, on here, and having the private mentorship club that I don't have to have, but I have it anyways because I know there was a select group of people who want and need a family of people around them that understand the meaning of family, understand the meaning of community, especially around financial freedom, because you ain't gonna get that out here in the matrix. Ain't nobody they're gonna tell you not to do it in the matrix. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You're gonna have family members, friends, co-workers, strangers on the street. They're gonna tell you not to do it. I guarantee you, if you walk into a supermarket with financial freedom now, just have financial freedom now, I guarantee you'll have some people approach you all different ways about that. What do you mean about this financial? That's the matrix. So you got to surround yourself with people who understand that, and they've gotten themselves out of the matrix, and now they're headed to what? Independence. Stay in the matrix, you're gonna be dependent. Last thing, Moo. That's my self-directed brokerage app that I'm using over the next 10 years to quadruple my net worth. We talked about this morning, Nvidia, Broadcom, and I laid out the case for both of them and where they're headed. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree, but it's my opinion. I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to be an expert. I'm just a regular guy giving you my opinion about two companies. You could just say, hey man, it's hogwash, I ain't listening to it. That's fine. I ain't gonna argue with you about that. We can agree to disagree. But I gave my opinion this morning why they're gonna do what they're gonna do for my net worth. But without having a brokerage account, I can't take advantage of those companies because I can't buy them without a brokerage account. So Moo, first link down in the description box, is the brokerage account of my choice. And the good folks at Moo are gonna give you up to 15 free stocks if you decide to open up a new Moo brokerage account using my link down below. You do that, they're gonna give you up to 15 free stocks. 5 free stocks. If you deposit $100, you qualify for 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you qualify for 15 free stocks. Now those individual stocks are publicly traded companies. They're gonna be traded on one of our stock exchanges, right? Here in the US. They're publicly traded companies. Small, medium size, large size, but publicly traded. Stock price could be anywhere from $2 a share all the way up to $2,000 a share. Who knows? We'll see. I don't pick it, you don't pick it. It's a random system that's done. But I can tell you, one of my members in the private mentorship club, she did direct message me and said she got $2,000 worth of free stocks. Just saying. So, hey, instantly, her net worth went up $2,000 with doing what? Executing, put money in her Moo account, and she got $2,000 worth of free stock. Her net worth instantly went up $2,000 for just execute. So if you want to be a part of that, again, I can't guarantee you're going to get $2,000. I can't guarantee you nothing. But what I can tell you is they're going to give you up to 15 free stocks depending upon what you qualify for based on your deposit. That's up to you. That's up to you. Then when you open the account, if you don't know how to use it, let's say you open it, you make your deposit, you're like, oh shoot, that's right, I don't know how to use this thing. I done put some money in it, but I don't know how to use it. Send me an email, and I'm gonna send you some tutorial videos that the good folks at Moo put together. I'm gonna send those to you. It's gonna collapse time frames, show you how to use this thing, and boom, you're off to the race. Then all you gotta do is pick the stocks you wanna buy or the ETFs you wanna buy. Now then you may say, well, hey, Richard, I don't know anything about any of that. I would love some help from you. Well, great, glad you asked. I can send you a couple videos outlining everything I'm buying, and all you gotta do is copy the entire plan, or pick and choose what you want, or throw it all back. Throw it all back in the ocean, right? It's up to you. But at least you got the information that I promised that I'd send you, which that's a promise that I'm making. You send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. I'm making a promise that I will send you information to help you learn how to use the Moo app and show you everything I'm buying. So if you want to copy the entire plan, there's no law against that. Just understand that's your decision to copy the plan. I didn't tell you to copy nothing. I'm telling you if you want to, copy it. There's no law against that. I copy people all the time. All the time. I copy people plan all the time. I ain't bashful about that. I ain't ashamed to say that. I've copied plans my entire 30 years, man, doing this. I've been copying somebody else's plan. I started off copying Robert Kiyosaki's plan from Rich Dad Poor Dad. That wasn't original to me. I copied Robert Kiyosaki, read his book, and he said exactly what he did. I did it. That's the beauty of this country, man. You can just copy somebody's plan that's already successful. You ain't got to create this thing on your own. I don't know why we think we got to create something on our own. No, you don't. Just find somebody that's successful that you respect and copy the plan. That's all you got to do, right? Well, all right. Let's dive into what the Fed said about Americans and why they're seriously in trouble. New York Fed finds rise in credit rejection rate in June. Credit rejection rate. Now, before we dive into that, because they don't really go into detail what that means, I'm going to read a little bit for you guys what credit rejection means. Here it is. Credit rejection, also known as credit denial, is when a financial company turns down a credit application. Creditors may reject applications for a number of reasons, including low credit score, late or missed payments, high credit utilization rate, too many inquiries on credit reports, high outstanding debt, limited credit history, insufficient income, being too young to apply. Before applying for credit, it is a good idea to check your credit score and create a credit profile. It is. But we ain't gonna go into all that because I'm not trying to encourage you to go get no credit. I want you to get free. So when you pay for something, boom, you got your assets to pay for it. I'm not a big believer in all this credit. I got credit cards, but I got a lot of credit cards, but I use one. I pay it off every month. I don't care what it go up to. It got a $50,000 credit limit. So whatever it go up to, I pay it off. But it took me 30 years of understanding the psychology of money in order to get myself in a position where I can do that. Right? What these people are telling you right here is credit rejections are going up. That means people are going to banks and other lenders trying to get credit, trying to get money out of them. And the people are saying no. That's what's happening. So now that you know what a credit rejection is and what goes into it, you'll better understand this article I'm getting ready to walk you through that the Federal Reserve did. Credit rejection rates were higher in June than earlier in 2024, but slightly lower than a year ago. New data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York said on Monday. The bank said that in its June credit access survey, credit rejection rates rose to 21.4% as of last month relative to 18.7 rejection rate seen in February. So in February, you had an 18.7 rejection rate. Of all the applications, 18.7% were rejected. Now that thing then went up to 21.4 in the month of July. Well, probably June. It ended it with June since we just started July. So from February to June, credit applications are being rejected more. That's not good because I've already told you our country runs on credit. Most people in the matrix, they take care of themselves using credit cards and HELOCs and payday loans and tote the note loans and all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff because they ain't got enough. They living on more than what they make. See, when you live on more than what you make, you got to have a safety net. And normally people go borrow money through credit cards and personal loans and tote the note loans and payday loans, all that predatory stuff comes into play. When your back is against the wall and you can't go get traditional financing, what do? You go to secondary financing. And that's when they really, really, really take advantage of you, right? That's where the payday loans come in, where they got access to your checking account. As soon as your direct deposit hit, they get it before you get it. I'm just telling you, this is what we're doing, right? This is what we're doing. So we got to figure out a way to stop that. How do we stop living on more than what we make? We need to sit down, look at our finances, and we need to cut out some stuff. We need to look at an inventory of all the things we've bought over the last 3 years and get rid of everything. I even go as far as telling you, sell it all. House, cars, everything. Sell everything. Move into an apartment, right size your life, and then get back up in home ownership when you right size your life. That's what I would do. If I had to start over again, if the sky fell in on me, I'd sell this house in a heartbeat. Sell the cars in a heartbeat, just like that. And just start over. I'll just start over. Those are just things. I can always recoup things. I can always recoup things. Things don't mean that much to me, right? What means something to me is freedom, more time, more choices, right? So credit rejections are up. The question is, with credit rejections up, interest rates still up. What is that going to do? That's a squeeze on the American people. It's starting to squeeze them. Why? How do you know Richard is squeezing them? Just look at GDP. That tells you everything you need to know. Look at GDP this year compared to last year. GDP last year was 3.4%, booming. Guess what it is in the first half of this year? 1.5. That tells me people have stopped spending. They're slowing down on spending. Why are they slowing down on spending? They're running out of money. They don't have access to credit. Clearly, with this report showing that rejections are up to almost 22% from 19%, another 3% rejections are up. That tells me people are running out of resources. They don't have access to credit anymore. I'm just telling you, you just put two and two together, guys. You can see what GDP is doing right now. GDP is slowing down, guys. GDP should be 2% or better. Right now, it's 1.5 and falling. And GDP is gross domestic product. It measures how our economy is growing. And normally, you want your economy to grow by 2% or better. Right now, we're not on track to grow by 2% this year. And this is a direct cause of it right here, because people are slowing down on spending. Also, guess what's happening? Unemployment is going up, and it has been going up for the last 3 months. So all of us that think we're safe on these people's jobs, you better rethink it. You better rethink it. You better have a plan B. You better have a plan B, guys. Don't get caught with your pants down. You better have a plan B, because I'm telling you, unemployment rate is going up. 3.9 in April, 4% in May, 4.1% in June. Look what's happening to jobs being added to the economy through the jobs report. Yeah, coming down. We were barely over 200,000 jobs added before the correction. And you know the correction is coming. So once they correct those numbers, we're going to be well under 200,000 jobs being added in the month of June. Way, way, way down, guys. Look at a year ago, June, and to this June. You'll see how far we're down. I'm just telling you guys, it's brewing here, and we better do something and wake up and prepare for this thing that could happen to some of us. Now, some of us, we're already prepared. We're living on less than what we make. We're living on a budget. We're staying out of consumer debt. We're saving and investing. Those are the 4 financial principles that you should be following. If you're not following them, you might want to adapt those things, guys. I told you what I would do. I would go to the extreme. I mean, I would literally sell everything that I own and start over. Get me a nice little apartment somewhere and start over and start investing, put my money to work for me. And then what I would do is, once I got my war chest built up, comfortable, and I'm living on less than what I make, I'm no more consumer debt because I done sold everything. I sold everything I own and I paid off all my debt, or got whatever I could paid off, and then I got me a side hustle or two, and I kept on chipping at it. I went to get this car today that I told y'all about. I went and got this third car today, and I take Uber. I've never been a big fan of Uber until last year, because I don't move way out here in the country, and nobody don't want to come out here and pick me up because all my family live in the city. I'm out here in the country. Nobody don't want to come way out here 25 miles to get me to go 20. People ain't want to do that, and I don't blame them, so I don't even ask them. I know they don't want to come, so I don't ask them. So what I do is I Uber now. So I'm going to pick up this car today, and I get on my phone, get me an Uber. Jump in the car with the Uber guy, and I'm open to conversation. I ain't finna lead the conversation, but if the guys, gal, guy, whoever it is, they strike up a conversation with your boy, I'm okay with that. I don't mind talking to people, right? I'm not like that. So he struck up a conversation, and I know he had a little accent, so I couldn't understand him a little bit, but it was okay. So I asked him, I said, well, what do you think about Uber? Well, what made you start driving Uber? He was like, man, I started driving Uber, man, because I just wanted to be around people. He said, I got a big place. I got a big spread in Ecuador where I'm from. I got like 60 acres and horses. And he said, I come to Florida and I live over in LaBelle, Florida, which is not too far from where I live. And I spend part of the time there, and then I go back to Ecuador. And he said, something, man, I just do this Uber thing because it's fun, and I can put a little money in my pocket, and I can talk to people. And I just thought that was just amazing. Somebody that don't have to do it, but does it. But you got people out there that need to do it, but won't do it. That's just crazy to me. This guy don't even have to, and this ain't the only guy. Out here where I live at, most of the people that I get are like older gentlemen that's driving, and most of them people well-heeled. They retired from wherever they from and moved to Florida, and a lot of them tell me, I get out of the house and I had to hear my wife all day. I got to do something because she at me all day to do stuff, and I don't want to hear it, so I just drive Uber, be gone a lot during the day, and then come back home in the afternoon, and I'll deal with it. So I just think it's weird to me how people who don't have to do Uber, now some people do have to do it. I'm just saying in my interactions, the people who come pick me up out here, a lot of them don't even have to do Uber. But then the people that probably should do Uber don't want to do it. It's just weird to me. But my point here is get you some side hustles. Get you some side hustles. Pay that debt off. Take an inventory of everything you own, sell it all, take the money, pay off the debt. If you still got debt left, get your side hustle. Take every dime you get from that side hustle, accelerate that debt payoff, keep the side hustle, keep the primary income. Now you're ready to start throwing a chunk of money at investments to get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's how you pay off debt, guys. All this restructuring, I'm gonna get a consolidation loan and all this other crap people do to avoid pay. No, just sell all that crap, take whatever money you get from it and pay the debt off. I don't care what it is, sell it. I sell stuff on eBay all the time that I don't even have to sell nothing, but I sell it. I go to these dealerships, they give me free stuff. Guess what I do with it? I go put it on eBay. I got it for free, and I turn right around and sell it on eBay for $100, $150, $75. I don't need to do that, but I do it because it's just fun. It's fun. It's exciting when I sell. I just sold some keychains from the Porsche dealership that they gave me like 3 years ago when I bought my Jeep. Well, maybe 5 years ago when I bought it. No, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, because I done bought so many cars from them that they give me these keychains and stuff like that. And I just put them up on eBay. I just sold a pair for $100. I got them for free. Now I just got 2 more because the car that I bought today, it's not a Porsche, but I bought it from the Porsche dealership here. It's not a Porsche though, because I sold my GT3. I don't want another Porsche yet until they give me an allocation for a new GT3, which I've already talked to them about that. So maybe in the future, hopefully I'll get an allocation for a new GT3. like a 2025 GT3. But for now, I sold my old one, right, to get the Urus. But I went there today to buy another car that's not a Porsche, but they had it because somebody traded it in for a Porsche, and I bought it. And they gave me more little paraphernalia and little stuff. Put it up on eBay. Went down to the Ferrari dealership, bought the Urus from the Ferrari dealership. Down in Naples, I bought my Urus from the Ferrari dealership. They gave me a bunch of stuff, all kind of stuff. Put it on eBay. See, my point is, guys, listen, man, it's so many ways you can make money out here to pay off this debt if you would just do it. Sell this crap that you have, or anything that's got value, sell it. You can always get that stuff at a later date. Get this debt paid off because it's going to keep you from building wealth. It's going to keep you from building wealth. I keep telling you, this next 10 years is a golden era. It's critical that you don't miss this opportunity. These next 10 years are critical. For a bunch of us, this is our last opportunity. For a bunch of us, if you're my age or in that 50 range up, this is your last opportunity. The next time you'll get something like this, it may be 2050. Maybe I'll still be around in 2050, I don't know. But for now, I'm not missing this opportunity. The only way you are in position to take advantage of this, you gotta get your debt under control, guys. We gotta stop living on more than what we make. So here we go. Credit rejection rates were higher, as I mentioned. 18.7 in February, 21.8 in June. Highest levels since around 2018. Highest levels since 2018. The uptick in rejection rates come as fewer households are applying for credit. Now, they're saying applying for credit. Well, they're not applying. What it is so they're slowing down because people can't borrow. So less people are applying, but of the people that are applying, guess what's happening? Higher percentage of them are being rejected. Some people are just flat out not even trying because they already know either they got like that list of items I gave you. Some of those people know they got some of those things, whether it be bad credit, they know their income ain't sufficient. Maybe they got too much debt already. And even though they make good income, they got too much debt already and the bank is just not comfortable giving them more debt. So some of these people fall into that. The bank said that in June, applications for any type of credit moved to 41.2 of survey respondents. The survey also found a slight decline in respondents' expectations that they would apply for credit in the future. So what happens is people get declined. That stops them from applying in the future. They just say, well, hey, I'm done. I'll just figure it out. Rising headwinds for credit access came as the Federal Reserve has stuck steadfastly at keeping short-term borrowing costs high to bring down elevated inflation. Although some data have pointed to some fraying around the edges of households' financial situations, the overall state of the economy has remained relatively strong, and as inflation has decelerated, Fed officials are actively weighing whether to cut their interest rate target, which they will, right? They're definitely going to do that. So you guys know the Fed is going to be meeting July 30th and 31st, right? That's when they're going to be the next meeting. Now, it's widely expected that they won't decrease interest rates in that meeting, but it's widely expected that they will start decreasing in September. So they'll do September, they'll do November, and they'll do December. Those are the three rate cuts that the market believes the Fed will do. So right now, we got a problem. In a research note on Monday, Goldman Sachs chief economist, we may be approaching the inflection point at which further softening in labor demand results in a bigger and much less welcome increase in unemployment. Unemployment is already increasing. I told you over the last 3 months it's going up. It is. So Go out online and look for yourself. It's going up, guys. It's going up. It is absolutely going up. In a research note on Monday, Goldman Sachs chief economist, big boy, Goldman Sachs, big boy Wall Street firm, we may be approaching an inflection point at which further softening in labor demand results in a bigger and much less welcome increase in unemployment. Adding, we see a solid rationale for cutting rates as early as July 31 meeting. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if they actually cut in July? That would send the stock market to the moon. Now you're going to get 4 rate cut? Ooh, Lord. Plus Nvidia coming out with their Q2 numbers. Fiscal year ends on 7/31, guys. And then in August, they coming out with monster numbers. Monster numbers. Monster numbers. Man, y'all better get it. You better get in where you fit in. Y'all better get in where you fit in, man. I'm telling you, you better get in where you fit in. I ain't missing none of that. None of that growth, I'm not missing. I'm trying to find one more thing here I wanted to share with y'all. I ain't trying to miss none of that growth. Let's see if I can find it here. It's one more thing I wanted to run by y'all. Oh, here we go. Equity markets rise intraday after Fed Chair Powell comments. Oh, this is what I wanted to run by y'all. I'm just painting this picture for you because, I mean, what are you doing here, bro? Oh, they don't, okay, now these jokers. All right, maybe I can't get that article. Let's see. All right, they don't want to give me that article. Well, I'm gonna give it to you anyways, whether they give it to me or not. So the Fed chair, he spoke today. He was somewhere, and he made some comments. Right, they were basically asking him. Have you seen enough data? I mean, have y'all? I mean, and then this is what the Fed chair said. Now, he said, now in the first quarter, we didn't see enough data. We didn't see enough. We definitely didn't see enough in the first quarter. We did not see no path to reducing rates this year. I'm paraphrasing, but this is what he said when he was asked today. He said in the first quarter of this year, we didn't see a path, right? Because think about it. In the first quarter, inflation was kind of up. It was up, like January, February, March, it was up. But he said in the second half, the second quarter, they've seen 3 reports in a row. 3 reports in a row, April, May, June. 3 reports in a row that inflation is coming down. He said now, yeah, we see evidence. We can see proof that inflation is starting to try to get down to our policy level, which is 2%. So if we go look at June's CPI inflation report from last week, you'll know headline, I believe, came in at 3%. Core, I want to say came in at what? 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, something like that. I can't remember. But definitely a good report. It showed incremental decrease for the 3rd month in a row of inflation. So then he said, yeah, we see evidence. There's a possibility of rate reductions. And already I told you from earlier, the market already done priced in 3. The market is priced in 3. That's why you see what you're starting to see, guys, again in the stock market. You're starting to see FOMO. You're starting to see optimism. Now, for me, I believe the stock market always has FOMO. There's always a level of FOMO and optimism. That's why you think it's a continuous bull market, AKA stock market. See, in order to build a continuous bull market, guys, you got to have a certain level of FOMO that exists at all times. Why else would people put their money in these companies? They wouldn't. They put their money in these companies because they believe these companies can take their net worth higher. That's a level of FOMO. Fear of missing out. Right? That's a level of FOMO. That's a level of optimism. So the stock market always has that, and it's had it for 400 years. There's always been a fear of missing out for 400 years. That's why people invest in the stock market, because they want to build net worth. They don't want to miss out on that net worth. So there's always a level of optimism. So what's happening right now, we've got them 3 inflation reports in a row. We can see a clear evidence of softening in the labor market. Clear evidence. 3 months in a row, increase in unemployment. That's clear evidence, guys. I don't care what nobody says. That's clear evidence. There's a softening happening in the labor market. Now you get a report like we just read where we see these credit rejections going up. So that tells me what? People are starting to do what? Spend less because they don't have no money. Can't borrow it. Done went through all of the pandemic savings. So how do you know that's true? Look at GDP. Look at the GDP the first half of this year. That's all you got to do, guys, is go look at GDP. It'll tell you the story. This is not something I'm making up. Go look at the GDP numbers. You go look at the GDP numbers, you'll see we have a softening in our economy coming. It's already here. Now, can that pick up on the second half of next year if we get these rate cuts? Absolutely. Absolutely. We can get GDP back to 2% or better if we get these rate cuts. And I think that's one of the reasons why we got to get them, because I think you're starting to see a perfect storm starting to form, and it looks like a recession if we ain't careful. Got GDP slipping, unemployment going up, people got access to, getting denied access to credit to borrow money. I'm just saying, you can kind of see it. So I think the Fed is saying, look, guys, we got the 3 months worth of inflation report showing inflation's coming down. We already predicted. See, the Fed predicted, guys, at the beginning of this year, the Federal Reserve predicted that unemployment would go up to 4.1%. If you don't believe me, go look at the numbers. Go look at their predictions for unemployment in January when they came out with them in January. They said, I believe they said either 4% or 4.1% was their prediction. This is the Federal Reserve predicted this in January. And I'll be doggone if it didn't come true. And guess what? The CBO, Congressional Budget Office, predicted 4.4. And it looks like we're starting to try to get there. 3 months in a row, it's going up. GDP slowing down, economy slowing down. People getting declined for credit requests. You no longer got 2 jobs to every qualified candidate. You got about 1 job to every qualified candidate. It's starting to form. It's up to the Fed to stop it. The Fed can stop it. All they got to do is start lowering them rates and it'll stop it. And I get why they've been hesitant, because they don't want inflation to turn around and go back up. I get that. But we're past that point now. We're past that point. We really got to start reducing these rates to make sure we do not throw ourselves into some type of small recession. So I think they're coming. Wouldn't it be crazy though? Wouldn't it be crazy if they actually lower rates at the end of this month? 25 basis points. Wow, that would be crazy. Now, I don't know if they'll do that, but goodness gracious, if they do, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. So what's the game plan? And then I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I got about 10 minutes because I got to be out of here by 7 o'clock. What's the game plan for those of y'all that care or want to know what I believe the game plan is? The game plan is just like I said, you got to do everything in your financial power to get yourself under these 4 financial principles. You got to get on living on less than what you make. How do you do that? Stop spending money that you shouldn't be spending, right? We got to just stop spending money we shouldn't be spending, or we need to make more money. If I'm making $5,000 a month and I got $5,500 in bills that are or necessary bills, and I'm only making 5, that's a disaster. You're living on more than what you make. So either you got to go to that budget and cut out some of that stuff, give up something, or you got to go get your side hustle. You may have to drive Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, whatever you need to do, right? Just to be able to make more money than you need to live on. Now, once you right size, you're living on less than what you make, you should have money left. And that's the money you actually want to take and invest. Number one, you want to take that money and do what? Pay down debt, especially if it's 5% or higher. You want to pay down that debt. And then you want to, number one, emergency fund. That's first. Take that money, build an emergency fund. Second, take that money, pay off high interest rate debt. Third, start investing it. But you got to live on less than what you make in order to make any of those things happen. But that's the order I would do it in. I would build my emergency fund first. I would pay off high debt second. And then I'd start heavily investing third. And then you got to stay out of the weeds by having a plan that you write down. It got to be a budget that you write down. And you got to look at it. If you got a family of people living with you, all y'all should be at that table looking at that budget and discussing that budget and saying, listen, guys, we got to all buy into this thing if we want it to work. It can't be, one person over here and the other person over there, the kids in their room, and we just trying to figure it out telepathically. Can't do it that way. Y'all got to sit down as a family, hash it out. But you got to live on a plan because that keeps you out of the weeds, right? You got to know exactly how much money you got coming in. You got to know exactly how much money you got going out. That keeps you out of the weeds. It keeps you out of the weeds. Third, you got to stay out of consumer debt, right? And I've already told you it's drastic, but for some of us, it's needed. We need to list everything we own. And we need to make sure if it's not vital to life, we sell it. We sell it. Sell it all. I'm talking about extra designer clothes, shoes, handbags. I'm talking about extra cars. I'm talking about a house if need be, if you need to downsize a house. What's the point of having this big old house, but you ain't building no wealth other than that's in the house? You got no other assets other than this house. I just don't understand why people do that. Build assets and then buy you a house, right? So list everything, sell it all. Take the cash, throw it on the debt. And then on that side hustle, once you build the emergency fund, take that money off the side hustle, throw it on the debt. Knock that debt out within 12 months. Now, no debt, or very, very low debt that's manageable. I know some of y'all got student loans and you got $100,000 worth of student loans. Goodness gracious. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about, y'all know what type of debt I'm talking about. I'm talking about that credit card debt. I'm talking about them personal loans, tote-to-note loans, that kind of stuff with them high interest rates. That stuff you got to pay off, right? You got to sell everything, get a lump sum, put it on it. Work the side hustle, put it on it, once you get the emergency fund together. Now, once you living on less than what you make, you got a plan in place that you and the whole family can live by and stick to. And another thing, if you're 18 years old and you're living in my household and we in financial trouble, oh, you working. And you're going to bring that paycheck home or you're going to find you somewhere else to live. That's it. Either you're going to bring the paycheck home and help solve this problem, or you got to find somewhere else to live. Simple, right? So if you're 18 and you're at home, they should be contributing. I get it if they're under 18, still in high school, I get it. But if they're 18 and technically grown, I don't care if they're going to college. I don't care what they're doing. They're going to be, if they're living with me, they got to be bringing some money home and contributing to getting this household right side up so we can get to wealth. Number 3, we talked about getting out of the debt. And then number 4, save and invest. Save part goes back to the emergency fund. You need 3 to 6 months on your emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of your need expenses, not your want expenses. Oh yeah, I got my hair salon, $225 a month in there. Yeah, man, I got my 2 rounds of golf I play. That's about $200 a month. I got that in there. Ooh, nope. Throw all that out. You don't need to go play golf until you get out of credit card debt. You don't need to get your hair done for $225 a month until you get out of. I don't know why people do that to begin with, but I wouldn't do that. That's not necessary to live. Playing golf is not necessary to live. The only thing you should have in your emergency fund expenses are things that are vital to life. Food that I got to go to the grocery store to buy. Gas that I need to put in my car to get to work. Electric bill money. Water bill. Gas bill. That kind of stuff. Got to pay health insurance. Got to pay for my automobile insurance. Got to pay rent. Got to pay mortgage. Those are things that are vital to life. Not getting your hair done, going playing around a golf, going to happy hour, taking your trip to Jamaica because that's what we do every year. None of that has anything to do with the main things you need to live. Those are all wants, and you got to give up that for a time. Once you build your wealth, go to Jamaica 10 months out of the year if you want to. But until you build wealth, don't go back to Jamaica because you're making the 1% rich over there, not the locals. You're staying at the best hotels. It's all exclusive or inclusive or whatever they call it, inclusive. No, stay home, keep that money, invest that money, build your wealth, then go to Jamaica. So that's it, man. Those are the 4 principles you got to be living on, guys, if you want to keep yourself out of the weeds and not be a part of this, the Americans that are in serious trouble, because they are. Y'all know it. We're in serious trouble in this country when it comes to retirement savings. 150 million Americans have no retirement savings. Half of the adult population, if they had a $1,000 expense that popped up on them, they couldn't pay it because they don't have $1,000 in their savings account. Those are not statistics I'm making up. Go out there and do some research. 62 to 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Matter of fact, they don't even have enough paycheck to cover all the things that they need to pay for. Now you see that the credit availability is starting to drop because people are starting to be rejected. Banks are starting to say, nah, Richard, we can't do it, man. You got a little too much debt. Your credit score fell a little bit. Just not the right time for us. We're trying to batten down the hatches and only lend money to our very, very best customers that we have the ability to get paid back. Y'all on the fence, we can't lend to y'all no more. Come back to us when you get your credit score up. Come back to us when you get some of that debt paid off. Come back to us when you get your income up a little bit. That's what people are starting to hear right now because of what's happening. That's why I'm telling you, it's so critical that you build wealth. You get to a point where you can build some wealth. And I've given you the necessary steps to do it. Now, whether you take those steps, that's up to you. You don't have to do anything. You can continue doing what you're doing today. And I promise you, you'll get the same results you've been getting. You keep doing the same activities, you'll get the same results you've been getting. Ain't nothing gonna change. Only time results change, guys, when you change activities. That's the only time the results change. If I'm getting a certain result and I keep doing that same activity, I'm gonna continue getting that same certain result. If I want that result to change, I gotta change up the activities. So look at your activities and then change them if need be. If the activities that you're doing is yielding you the result you're looking for, pour gasoline on it and keep doing it. Just pour gasoline on it, keep doing it. But if it's not getting you where you need to get, guys, you need to change your activities. You need to try a different strategy. These next 10 years are going to be vital, man. I just hate for y'all to miss out on it. I'm here to do anything I can to help you. Like I said, get over to my website, www.richardfain.net. Check out those digital products. They can help you guys collapse time frames and get to the pot of gold. Listen, they can. If you want to start an online business, I got a digital product for that. If you already have a business and you want to scale it, I got a survival kit on the website that can help you scale it. If you're somebody that bad credit, want to improve your credit, want a better credit score, I got a digital product that'll help you do that. If you're somebody that want to change their mindset, I got a digital product on the website called Millionaire Mindset. It'll help you change it. You got a workbook and everything with it. You just jot it down and just jot your progress. It'll help you. If you want to learn how to manage your money better and be a better budgeter, just better manager of your money, I got a tool on the website that'll walk you through how to create a budget with a workbook and all that goes along with it. You just got to be willing to put in the work. If you want to learn how to invest in real estate with little to no money down, got a product on the website that can walk you through every step. Now, is it going to tell you every nook and cranny? No, that's where you learn. Nothing's going to give you every nook and cranny, guys. I don't care if you go pay some guy $50,000 to teach you whatever he supposedly knows. You're never going to know every nook and cranny when you come out of that course. You got to learn. Experience provides you answers to all those nook and crannies. There's no book, there's no course that's going to give you everything you need. It gives you an outline. And then through your experience, you learn. That's how you learn stuff. People think they read something, they're supposed to know everything. No, you don't. It gives you an outline. And then your experience, the experience you get is what takes you to where you want to go. Hit the website for all that stuff, guys. And then join the private mentorship group if you want to. 700 strong, fastest growing community on Patreon. Just saying. Why? Because people are tired, man. People want to get to their pot of gold, man. People are tired of being out here in this matrix by themselves and people beating them up all the time, and not supporting them, telling them you can't do it. Why you do it? People get tired of that, man, and they want to get in a community of people who don't tell them that. They want to get in a community of people that says, man, that's great that you bought Nvidia today. Cha-ching. You know, giving them the thumbs up, giving them hearts, encouraging. I mean, that's what people want to be a part of, man. Nobody want to be out here in this wilderness all by themselves. You want to be a part of a fast-growing community, man, and people that's going to give you that financial attention you're looking for, that's going to help you, give you recommendations, tips, nuggets. Just be involved in a community of good people headed in the same direction as you. Join the mentorship club, man, on the website, www.richardfain.net, second link down in the description box. Moo, and then we're going to get out of here. Get down in the description box, click on that Moo link, guys. Put yourself in position, get you up to 15 free stocks. What you waiting on? Don't delay, act today. Get down in that description box and click on that Moo link, get your free stocks. And then you are ready to do what? Transact business, build some wealth. And then send me an email at www.richardfain.net, second link. Click on that link. Send me an email. Richard, I opened my Moo. I need the tutorial videos. Plus, I need your wealth transfer blueprint so I know what you're buying. So just in case I want to copy what you're doing. And I'll send you all that information. I promise you. All you got to do is send me an email verifying that you've opened your Moo account and funded it, right? Now, you fund it with $100, it qualifies you for 5 free stocks. You open it with $1,000, it qualifies you for 15 free stocks. Don't miss that offer. It is a limited time offer, and I believe it's expiring at the end of this month. Now, we'll have another offer when it expires, but that one, the 15 free stocks for $1,000, well, it's not $1,000 that you're giving Moo. It's $1,000 that qualifies you. You put the $1,000 in your brokerage account. So now you qualify for the 15 free stocks. Then you take the $1,000 and you can invest it in Nvidia, Broadcom, Tesla, Amazon, Meta, or any company you want. Or you can invest it in ETFs. Same thing with your $100. You don't give that to nobody. That's your money in your account. You just qualify for the 5 free stocks when you put $100 in. So if you want to be a part of that, guys, be a part of it, right? Don't miss this golden age. I call it the age of new millionaires. Nvidia has already created 34 billionaires with a B. Guess how many more billionaires you think they're going to make, man, over these next 10 years? Guess how many millionaires they're going to make? How many multimillionaires they're going to make? By people doing what? Hitching their financial wagon to the thoroughbred. And just riding the thoroughbred to freedom, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm just hitching my wagon, my financial wagon, to a thoroughbred like Nvidia. And I believe that thoroughbred is a triple crown winner. And as they go, I go. If they get to 6 trillion in market cap, I'm gonna get me. I ain't gonna get no 6 trillion, but I'm gonna get something because I'm invested. So if they double their market cap, they got a $3 million market cap. This is the last thing, because I got to go. They got a $3 million market cap. If they double that, 3 million, I'm talking about 3 million. They got a $3 trillion market cap. If they double that market cap, that's 6 trillion. So if they double the value of their company, what do you think it's going to do to my investment? It should double mine too. Triple it, quadruple it, sextuple it. I don't know if that's a word, but that's 6 times. Sextuple it. Sextuple it. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm making up that word. Sextuple it, 6 times. It's a shame. I don't know if that's a word, so y'all know what I mean though. So, all right, man, I'm out of here. I got to go. I got to get prepared for my 2-hour live stream over on the Mentorships Club. So let me get prepared for that. I'm going to see you guys back here tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, as always, full of information, ready to help you get rich, ready to help you get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, ready to help you get to wealth, ready to help you get out of this matrix, ready to help you get independent. Get yourself out of being dependent on the matrix and the 1%. If you're rocking with that, lock it in with a thumbs up. If you're rocking with that, lock it in with the double thumbs up for me. Boom, 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 boom. Lock it in with the double thumbs up, guys. Lock it in with the double thumbs up. Well, all right. For those of you in the Mentorship Club, I'll see y'all at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time sharp. Be ready with your questions because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really, really good tonight. I'm finna get ready to get some food in me, and I'm gonna be ready to go 8 o'clock. See, I do this thing all day, man. That's all I do, guys, and I love it. I love it. Find something that you love and you prepared to do all day. You ain't gotta do it all day, but if you love it, it ain't even work. If you love it, it ain't even work. So, all right, man, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all. Thoughts become things. See it in your mind, hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.